Welcome back, Curry Crew. Today we have another delicious recipe for you. Today we're going to show you how to make a perfect brunch recipe that only takes about 15 to 20 minutes, but I guarantee you it's something you've never tasted before. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into our recipe. We're gonna interrupt your video right now just to let you know that we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. So if you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down there so that you can watch all of the new videos that we post every week. We're gonna post 2 videos every week. You wanna make sure you see those recipes. So click subscribe and then punch that notification bell so you know when the videos come out. And now, back to your video. So today's recipe, we're gonna be making some Alle Belles or Goanese crepes that are stuffed with some coconut and some jaggery and spiced with some cardamom and nutmeg. It is so amazing. If your mouth is not watering already, it definitely will when you start watching the video. So let's go straight into it. So step 1 for our Alle Belles or Goanese pancakes, we're gonna make our pancake or our crepe batter. So we're gonna start with 2.5 cups of water that we're gonna pour into our blender. Next, we will add in 300 grams of flour. Now I'm using buckwheat flour, but feel free to use all-purpose flour or whole wheat flour, whichever one works for you. Once all of the flour has been added into our blender, we will add in 1 egg. Next, add in a dash of vanilla extract along with a pinch of salt. Now we're going to close the lid and we're going to blend it all up until it is well combined and there are no more clumps in our batter. The batter should be a bit thin and runny, so if it's too thick, feel free to add a little bit more water. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our batter and we're going to put it into the fridge to cool off while we start making our filling for our dish. Now you can also prepare the batter in advance and keep it into the fridge until you are ready to use it. You can just as easily use it to make sweet and savory crepes, so you can check out our video below for some ideas on how to make sweet and savory crepes. For our filling, we're going to take a medium-sized pan, and into this we're going to add in a teaspoon of ghee. Then once the ghee heats up over medium to low heat, into our pan, we're going to add in half a cup of shredded coconut. Now you can use fresh or frozen, whichever one is more convenient for you. Then into this, we're also going to add in 1/3 cup of jaggery and give it all a nice mix. As the jaggery begins to melt over low to medium heat, it will start to bind everything together. Now jaggery is basically 1 step before processed sugar, and it is a great ingredient to use for something like this because once it melts, it will get nice and sticky and it will help bind everything together. Once the jaggery has melted, you can once again mix to bring the ingredients together, and then add in 1 teaspoon of cardamom and a pinch of nutmeg, and then once again mix. We will cook out this mixture for about 4 to 5 minutes or until all of the water or liquid evaporates. Once that happens, turn off the stove and allow the mixture to cool down before transferring into a bowl. While the filling cools down, we can start making our crepes or our pancakes. So take a non-stick pan and allow it to heat up over medium to low heat. We want the pan to get very hot, like screaming hot, before we pour in our batter. While the pan heats up, give the batter one more mix to make sure nothing has settled at the bottom. Then once the pan is hot enough, we're going to pour a small amount of our batter onto the center of the pan, and then we're just going to swirl it around until it coats the entire bottom of the pan in a small thin layer. Allow the crepes to heat up on one side before flipping. The edges should start curling up a bit when the crepe is ready to be flipped. So now once it's ready, flip your pancake to the other side and cook it for about 1 minute, and then it should be done and you can remove it from the pan before moving on to the next one. This recipe should make about 3 to 4 Alle Belles with the filling and the batter, but we should have enough batter left over to make more crepes later on. Once the crepes are done and have cooled down a bit, we can now assemble our final dish. So take one of your pancakes and add 1 to 2 spoons of the filling and spread it out a bit. Next, roll up your crepe like so, and then it's pretty much done. Once all the pancakes are filled and rolled, you can then cut them in half if you like, and there you have it, guys. Our final dish is ready for us to dig into and enjoy. So guys, here we have our final dish. It smells so good because of the cardamom and the nutmeg in there. So I am going to dig right into one of our stuffed crepes right here, stuffed pancakes, whatever you want to call it. Man, that is so good. It is sweet. You have that coconutness in there. You have the amazing cardamom that definitely comes through. It is so good. You will fall in love as soon as you try this. Especially if you have a sweet tooth and you want something sweet for brunch or breakfast, perfect recipe for you. So definitely try this out for yourself. Let us know how it turns out for you, and keep on cooking.